Hi, this is Miss Rudd, and today we're going to be talking about equivalent rates and ratios. So there are actually two ways to determining if they're equivalent. The first way is using unit rate. So you can simplify them down to their simplest form or convert them to unit rates. If they're the same when they're in their simplest form, then they are equivalent. So let's look at some examples. It says determine if the following pair of rates are equivalent. This first rate says $78 spent in 3 hours. So in is our keyword. So $78 spent in 3 hours. So when we turn that into a unit rate, we're going to divide by 3 because we need our denominator to be 1. Here, divide by 3, and we get $26. Over here, we have $25 spent in 2 hours. So $25, here's our keyword, in 2 hours. When we change that to its unit rate, we need this to be 1. So divide by 2. Oops. Up here, we're going to do the same thing, divide by 2. And we get $12.50. So if you notice, it says, are they the same in simplest form? No. $12.50 is not the same as 26, which means that they are not equivalent. Go ahead and try the next two on your own and answer these questions. Pause the video and press play when you are ready to see the answer. All right, so we have Jessica does 60 jumping jacks in 2 minutes, but Dale does 150 jumping jacks in 5 minutes. When we change those to the simplest form, both as their unit rates would be 30 jumping jacks per minute. So they are the same in simplest form, which means that they are equivalent. The next method that we could use is proportions. So we could set up a proportion. And proportions are used when we set two ratios equal to each other. If they are equal or proportionate, you can multiply by the same scale factor. To go in between the ratios, or to go between the ratios. So remember that when you're working with a scale factor, you are multiplying. Even if your number is getting smaller, so you're dividing, you can still multiply by the reciprocal in order to get the scale factor. So let's look at the first example. It says determine if the following pair of ratios are equivalent. 11 purple hats to 14 yellow hats, and 45 purple hats to 70 yellow hats. So if you're looking at these ratios, we have 11 purple hats to 14 yellow hats. So our numerator is 11 purple, and our denominator is 14 yellow. And here we have 45 purple to 70 yellow. So in order to get from 14 to 70, we can multiply by 5. Whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top, times 5. But 11 times 5 does not equal 45. It equals 55. So these are not proportionate, or they do not have the same scale factor, so they're not equivalent. If we found this scale factor, it would not be 5, which is why they have different scale factors. Let's look at the next one together also. So example 2 says, determine if the following pair of ratios are equivalent. 27 grams of fat in 9 servings. So there's our keyword in. So we have 27 grams in 9 servings. And 18 grams of fat in, keyword, 6 servings. 18 grams in 6. I don't know about you, but personally, I don't know right off the top of my head how to get from 9 to 6. So I could simplify this fraction here. Both of these numbers can be simplified by 3. They could be simplified by 9 as well. But if we simplify by 3, we get 9 over 3. So now, to get from 9 to 6, I can multiply by 2. And to get from 9 to 18, I can also multiply by 2. They do have the same scale factor, so they are equivalent. It says, but wait, is there another way we could have solved this problem? The answer would be yes. We could have used the other method, which was unit rates. So, yes. So if we were to use unit rates, we have 27 grams of fat over 9 servings, which would be 3 over 1. Because if we try to get 9 down to 1, we would divide by 9. And up here, we could divide by 9 also. Remember that if we wanted to use the scale factor, dividing by 9 is the same thing as multiplying by 1/9. That's the reciprocal. And then over here, 18 grams over 6 servings. If we want to get it down to its unit rate, we could divide by 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. And here they have the same unit rate, so they would be equivalent. I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, don't forget to come to tutorials to ask those questions. Y'all have a great day. Bye.